Well, good Saturday afternoon, everybody out in the VC community. I hope everybody had themselves a fine week of crate digging and any other music vinyl related materialistic searches. This not brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts, although I wish it would be. Um, let's see here. I just want to let you guys know that I love doing these shows. Oh, do I love doing these shows. And I love having you people watching these shows. Um, let's see, who was it? Dixie Farm went off and commented on YouTube that, well, maybe I'd get more viewers if I would respond more. I got to tell you something. If you'll have to forgive me on this, if I don't respond right away to one of your videos or like one of the comments that you leave on my video, it is not because I'm ignoring you. Okay. The story goes like this. My original laptop busted, okay, quite some time ago. I don't know, a porn virus. No, I'm kidding. But it was a virus of something, and it disabled the whole entire thing on my laptop, okay? So the laptop that I'm using for the moment anyway is, yes, my older son's, okay? That's why it's maybe not as great as, well, some of your guys is out there. You guys have got some fantastic visual videos out there. Maybe I just need to improve and attempt at an HD webcam. I'm not sure, but you know, maybe one of these days I should just like not buy records for a month or two. I don't know if it's possible. But seriously, so I'm not ignoring you. It's just I don't get on this computer that often. Now, you know, I'm shooting this video, and the last one I made was a week ago. But this is also the first day that I've been on the computer for a week. So like I said, please, everybody in the VC that does follow and comment, and I watch your videos too. I'm not ignoring you, I swear, okay? I think so far everybody has been really good in the VC community. I added a couple people to my viewing channel, actually. There was some, what was his name? Rob out in England. Oh, the metal finds he had. And I rewatched some of Steve Fairchild's. I haven't seen his in a while. And Robbie Lovox. Saw some more of his back ones. And of course Crate. Can't forget Crate Junkies. So okay, this one here, a little bit more of a hodgepodge. This first one here, you're gonna have to forgive me because this is my 32nd episode. Maybe I might have shown this before. But you know what? I'm doing this special because of my buddy Doug. He was snatched from the jaws of death, ladies and gentlemen, and he is recuperating. My friend Doug Fields. He is also a vinyl collector as myself. We have done some trading over, I don't know, over the last year. I find things for him, and you know what? He was so gracious. I mean, he's my best friend down here, okay? And if you've got a vinyl collector buddy of yours that, you know, you just love talking to, and I bet you all do out there, okay? My top three pretty much down here would be Doug Fields. Back up in Northern Illinois would be Tim Smith and Scott Sager. Scott Sager isn't on here. He should be, though. He's got a good enough collection, too. But those are my three talking buddies, okay? We can share and we play stuff and everything else. So I was kind of surprised when I went to because Doug had a booth and he had this, and I'm like, I don't know if you can classify me as a Trekkie, okay? I will confess, yes, I met Leonard Nimoy back in 2007. Wish I had this. I would have got him to autograph this. Instead, I got him to autograph both the books he wrote. I cannot wait to listen to this. I gotta confess, my turntable broke, so I have a new turntable, at least to keep me busy for a little bit. So I cannot wait to put this on. I've had this maybe for about 2 months, believe it or not. But I don't know if I've ever shown this. And of course, he wrote on the back, "To my friend Paul." You know what? I'll tell you, seriously, you know, it's nice to have friends like this, isn't it? I bet you all of you out there at least have one person like this. And Doug down here, he's mine. He's my buddy. That's for a fact. I even got some things I think I haven't given yet to him. But still, so this from 1967 on Dot Records. It's in VG condition, really nice. I can't wait to see. Oh, here's the back cover real quick. Look at his smiling self. Let's see here, though. Oh, Bilbo Baggins is not on here. If you have never heard Leonard Nimoy doing The Legend of Bilbo Baggins, Tim Smith, back up there in Illinois, showed me that song one day, and it was ear candy and drove me nuts for 2 days. Bilbo Baggins. Okay. What else? Resale shop finds, quarter a piece. Couldn't pass these up. I'm not much into soundtracks, but you know what? This King and I original, oh man. On Capitol, super duper clean. I mean, if anything, I maybe see one or two itty bitty hairline cracks. Very little scratches. Very sweet. Also, okay, you've probably come across, in your soundtrack, whether you buy them or not, that's irrelative. For The Music Man, the Robert Preston movie, right? Well, I've seen tons of copies of those. But I never saw the music from Meredith Willson's The Music Man, conducted by Meredith Willson. Got me on that one. I have never seen this one. And just look how pensive he looks on the back. He almost looks slightly like Danny Thomas with glasses. I don't know if that's a good thing. This, of course, on Capitol Custom. Now, this one here, believe it or not, is a lot better looking than the other one. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Got some smudge. Never saw this before. Maybe Mike Adams, you may appreciate this. I've never seen this before. Latin and Hip, the Brothers Castro. Now, there's an asterisk after the word Castro, and down here in itty bitty little letters, it says no relation. Get it? Because no relation to Fidel. On Capitol, mint condition on this sucker. It says here, Latin and Hip, introducing the exciting song stylings of Mexico's most modern vocal group, the Brothers Castro. Yeah, pretty much basic, typical back then. Lady is a Tramp. It says here, okay, really quick, it says they also were on Mexico's top-rated TV show. I'm going to assume back in the early 60s on this one. Obviously, if they're bringing the Castro reference. They made their first U.S. invasion last year, appearing in Reno, Lake Tahoe, and Las Vegas. To say that they were well received would be mild. They were nothing short of sensational. Many of the biggest names in entertainment were among the widely applauding crowds, greeting them night after night. How come I never heard of these guys? Anywho, so Jack Marshall, of course, handling the orchestra on the Brothers Castro. Okay, Casablanca. Yeah, I found myself a one-sided disco single. Never heard of Heart and Soul Orchestra, though. Doing Love in C minor. Cerrone's the writer, as in Rick Cerrone, as in Rick C. Very popular in Europe, he was, back in the day. I think he's dead, too. Mint condition, of course, because, well, who really played it? All right. Let's see here. What else? Buck finds at a garage sale yesterday. Typical pedestrian stuff, but these were better copies for me. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I've always liked Blood, Sweat, and Tears. That's the front. That's the back. This is gatefold sucker here. Going from left to right. Now, this group, I'm telling you, you got Jim Fielder. Jim Fielder was towards the end of Buffalo Springfield. He actually was towards the death throes of Buffalo Springfield before he joined Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Steve Katz, if I remember correctly, someone will probably correct me on this one. Blues Project. I could be getting it slightly confused. Chuck Winfield, Louis Soloff, Bobby Colomby. I cannot read this. Fred Lipsis, Jerry Hyman, and David Clayton Thomas, and Dick Halligan. Pretty much from 1969 to about 1978, David Clayton Thomas and Bobby Colomby were the only members that pretty much stayed through. They tried to do brief reissue in the 80s, reunion. I'm told they almost had a record contract, but it didn't go over real well. Bobby Colomby, I guess, is an A&R person, or at least he was, for a record label. Now, I love this band, but I never had a decent copy of Best of Tommy James and the Shondells on roulette. Look, he's like, of course, you're in her. If you haven't read Tommy James's book, go get it. Seriously, The Mob, the Music, and Me. Really interesting read, and I'm telling you, it really showed how he... Well, it was just a very long story, but it's an interesting story. And, the mob is attached to it and all this other stuff. Okay. Let's see here. What else? What else did I pick up here? Non-vinyl related. Best of REM for $1. For $2, mint condition, could not pass this up. The Temptations, Get Ready. 1965 to 1972, 16 performances on Hippo. With typical stuff like The Way You Do the Things You Do, My Girl, My Baby, Don't Look Back, Get Ready, Ain't Too Proud to Beg. Keeps going on. The Line, Cloud 9. Papa Was a Rolling Stone is the last one. And then... it's kind of interesting. So there's a special audio feature. The Temptations in the Motown Studios listened to just the lead and background vocal tracks from 15 of the original recordings. And then also Otis Williams. He's the last surviving member of the Temps. Okay. Additional 25 minutes of interviews with Otis. So pretty neat, I think. I know this is a little bit old, but of course it came with the booklet and everything else. I cannot wait to actually watch this. I love old Motown, but I'm a sucker for music videos. I really love that kind of stuff. Also, for $1, even though it's from 1992, it was a revision. Lennon from Ray Coleman. I've never seen this cover. I think like in 1985 it was a different cover. So that was pretty cool in itself also for $1. Okay. Now, Hastings. Did any of you guys have Hastings in your neck of the woods? The one in Fayetteville, Arkansas, just shut down unexpectedly last week. So we're down to 2 Hastings in our neck of the woods. I was at Hastings I was at Hastings for a main reason, which I'm going to get to that at the end of this show here. But they had a small batch of, because they were celebrating vinyl. Okay, they had sale on record players, systems, used vinyl was buy one, get one. Now, there wasn't much left in the piles, okay, but I found something I never saw before. Yakety Yak, the Lieber Stoller Big Band on Atlantic. I'm telling you, Lieber Stoller, if you guys know who that is, that's the songwriting team that wrote a ton of hits in the 50s and 60s for mostly black groups. Now, I got to confess, there's some slight flaking on the top, okay? Other than that, though, the condition on the record's mint. It is, okay? The cover, like I said, slight flaking on the corner. The back of this, a slight little stamp. You can't really see it here. But it originally came from a company out in Brooklyn, New York. So it came from Brooklyn, New York to my hands. So what's on here, you ask? Well, like I said, it's a big band. They just big banded all the tunes on all of this. Yakety Yak, Loving You, Poison Ivy, Kansas City, Jailhouse Rock, Don't, Charlie Brown, and Hound Dog, and there's a couple other ones too. Um, I gotta confess, none of the names look familiar to me, but I'm gonna obviously take a good guess that whatever Atlantic personnel back in the mid '60s um, was on this thing. Now, there's two different label variations on this sucker. Okay, if you were to go, this was tough to pull out, so I'm not going to show you this one, but it is an original pressing. To the right of the label, there's two variations. You either have a black swirl, okay, kind of like the Atlantic swirl back then. The black one was the common one. The white one was the one that was tougher. I don't know why, okay? Needless to say, that one's got the white one. So it's like, I mean, I price guided it out liberally to me, and it's about a $30 record for $1.50. Now this one here, I basically got, because that was the one I bought. This was the free, right? So like I said, it came out to $1.50 each. Unfortunately, somebody thought they'd be real cute and write 49 promo. Well, it is a promo. I don't have any Bobby Rush records. I don't. It's gold stamp promo on the back off of Philadelphia International label. I'll show you. Nice, beautiful, mint condition promo on that sucker. Couldn't pass that up. They didn't really have very much there. The only other thing that would have been halfway interesting is they actually had a Holland pressing of the vinyl curtain. But, the cover was beat up. Okay, so why did Paul go to Hastings in the first place? Well, I was looking forward to a new album release. I normally cannot afford to buy new vinyl, and that's the truth. Last show with the Iron Maiden, that was an exception because that was a steal of a deal, and I thought I heard they're all gone. Quote me if I'm wrong on this, but I think they finally are all gone on the Maiden triple. But go on Amazon and take a stab on that and see what you come up with. But if you're, you guys shop around, and I was on a thread with the YouTube vinyl community about how the record companies sure seem to be raking people over the coals for a lot of the new vinyl releases, and I gotta confess, but the excuse, whether it's legitimate or not, is that there's not as many pressing plants and other various costs. But I'm just sitting here and I'm going, okay, but wait a minute. If you can get something on CD for, all right, let's say, I saw this as a recent example, okay? You can get a CD release for like $10, $10 to $12 price range, okay? But on vinyl, it's 20 to 25. Really? You're going to go off and tell me it's going to be double the price just because it's a record? I mean, it doesn't say limited edition on it. All right. At least not on most. At least not on most. Okay. I take that back. I've seen some that said limited edition. Maybe that might be for the price justification for some of it, but I still think, I understand record companies are out to make a profit. I think, like Rhino and Sundazed and Norton and, what is it, Union Square and Salvo, okay? They're out for the collector, They make handcrafted, and Friday Music too, my Monkeys thing. They all are out there to handcraft and make the best thing possible for everybody. They're not making pieces of crap, and that's good, because we don't want to buy pieces of crap, do we? So, I got excited, sort of, because one of my favorite 70s bands put out a new album on June 11th, so I researched. I said, I know damn well that this thing's going to be put on vinyl. First place I looked was Amazon.com. Amazon.com wanted $26. I'm going, ew, ouch. I'm like, let me see if I can look a little bit more. Went to Vintage Stock. Vintage Stock in my area was only going to get one copy, $26. I'm like, no, I still think I can do better. So then I went online and I went to Hastings.com. Something told me to. $20.13. And I'm going, that's better. I said, but I have to go in that direction on Monday anyway. Excuse me. So I went and talked to the music manager, who was a very nice guy over there at the Hastings. And I asked him, hey, are you getting such, this album? Why, yes, how convenient. We're getting one copy. One. And I'm like, what? Well, Hastings, through today, Saturday, is having a 30% off new vinyl sale. I also looked for the new David Bowie, but somebody beat me to that. I would have loved to have gotten the new Bowie as well. But I got this album put on hold. The guy was nice enough. He goes, you know what? I'm going to put this on hold. You got 48 hours to get it. And because it was 30% off, I only spent $17 plus tax for the new Black Sabbath 13. I've been looking forward to this. Okay, ever since last year when Ozzy, Tony, Geezer, and company went off and mentioned that they were doing this, I was holding my breath. Because, well, they tried that, what was it, in 2001? They tried to make an album, and that fell flat on their face. Although, go look on YouTube for Scary Dreams. That was about the only tune that came out of it. Really cool tune for the time, anyway. But, you got 3/4. Bill Ward isn't on this. They got Brad Wilk from Rage Against the Machine. And you know what? I have heard 3 songs off of this. And I know this is going to sound really, really bad. I don't know if I'm going to open this either. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Because, well, I do collect Sabbath. I do. I don't have every album. I have almost every album with Ozzy. The only one I don't have is, and I'm told they stuck this on vinyl. Maybe somebody can put in the comment thread and see if it's true. Did they put Reunion, the 1998? Did they put it on vinyl? Because I'd like to get that one actually too. But the reason why I don't think I'm going to open this up, and this is the original 8-song release, okay? 8-track, that'd be funny. And of course it's a limited edition and it includes a free MP3 download, which at least they do that, and that's kind of nice, okay? But in between the time that I put the album on hold, I went and did some more research. Believe it or not, Ultimate Classic Rock helped me out on this decision. And I normally don't do this, but I decided to anyway. The big box retailer that I work for had a deluxe edition of the Black Sabbath 13 CD, which was fine. 3 bonus tracks. But Best Buy happened to have the best version of the deluxe edition because there's 4 bonus tracks on this sucker. Now, if you go to Spotify, which I gotta confess I don't play with, and I guess if you get it there, they will throw in a live 2012, early 2013, I don't know what tour date, okay, of them doing Dirty Women from Technical Ecstasy. You know what? I'm not into the digital. I'm not. I got to have physical, just like you guys. Got to have physical. So this was on sale. Okay, not much though. It was like $1 off, but it was still cheaper than the other big box retailer if I were to use my discount. Haha. So I cannot wait to open this up completely and listen to more than just the 3 songs that I like. They've been playing "God Is Dead" all down here pretty much, and I like it. You know, it's got that feel to it. Okay, library book read really quick. I know, I'm sorry this is a long episode. I didn't even know he wrote an autobiography. Wasn't a bad book. It really wasn't. I just don't know what to say about it. Scott Stapp's Sinner's Creed. I like Creed. I do. I'm going to have to play ignorant, though. I've got the first 3 CDs. I do. The good stuff. You know, I've got, what is it, My Own Prison and Human Clay and Weathered. I've got those 3. I even got the greatest hits because my big box store that I work at had a really good sale on that when it first came out. And it came out with the bonus DVD of all the music videos. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if you're like that, like I am. You know, you snap up the bonus stuff. That's what happens. But I didn't get Full Circle. I haven't heard a lick off of it yet. Maybe I should. And that one's like 3 years old. So, but he gets into a lot of topics. You know, he basically talks about himself. You know, about all the hell that he, you know, and the upbringing in Florida, and I don't know. Like I said, it was different. When you can bury your soul, at least, in a book, and you can, okay, you know, like I go off. I'm not perfect. I know I've screwed up all these years, but I'll be the first and the last to admit my mistakes. Seems like he finally has gotten his lesson as well. Good for him. I hope that I hope it keeps going. I mean, I know that the rest of Creed are in Alter Bridge, of course, but I thought I heard they may actually go out and do another record. Good for them. I hope they do. Maybe by that time I'll listen to the other one. All right. Shout outs. I know, long-winded. As usual, Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark. Oh, please, please, please like him on Facebook and listen to the show. Sunday nights, 6 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. His show is out of Syracuse, New York, which that's actually one of my goals next year is to go visit you, Ronnie, and maybe be a guest on one of your shows. Physically. How about them apples? I'll bring some stuff too. That'd be interesting, I think. So, Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark. Night Owl Lounge with Mike Adams right after Wax Museum on the same channel from 9 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right. Thrifty Music Collector Group, Vinyl Karma, YouTube Vinyl Community Page, Crate Junkies with a Z, Robbie Lovox, Super Wes, St. Fairchild. There's so many of you guys out there. I try to play catch up. Please like and subscribe to this channel. I am still trying to improve on it. I really am. And hopefully soon those improvements will be shown. You guys take care. God bless. Rock on for another week. Have some great digs.